Hello, you guys. I hope you are having a super awesome day. You have joined me here on Life Enchanted, and I am delighted that you have joined me for this week. I know if you are thinking like I am that we are almost at the very end of the year. Can you believe it? It seems like we just started in January, and now we are actually here at the last week or two of December getting ready for 2021. I know that this has been a very interesting year for many, as well as myself. And so I saw this picture that came about this past week or so, and I've seen it before, but it's always so comical when I see it. And so I see if I could try to pull it up on my phone so you guys can see. I don't know if you can see it. I don't know if you can. Yeah. And, and you probably can't see it too because I don't drop my phone. I don't know how many times. And the screen is like cracked. But in that particular picture, if you look closely, you saw that it was a can of vegetables, right? Well, on the outside, it said that it was corn. But when you opened up the vegetable container, you found that it was actually green beans or snaps, depends on where you came from, how you define them. And so when I saw it, I immediately again sent it to my family, of course, because we're always talking about things that are just like very interesting. And like one thing is not like the other. What can you see? And I wanted to see what was the response from everyone. And some people sent back was like, "What are you talking about? It's a can of vegetables." I'm like, "Yeah, look again." Some other one saw it was like, "Who is the quality management person? Because they need some help, you know." They need some help. But immediately everybody began to chime in, and of course we had a moment of laughter about the whole concept of like you going home thinking you have one thing, but in fact you have something different. And so, of course, true to my form, once I got through talking with all my family and friends, I began to think about that. That is indeed how the year 2020 has been for many of us. When we came into the year, we thought that one aspect was going to happen and then another came about. And of course, I know that it has been a trying year for some because many have had difficulties that they can't imagine. Many of us have lost friends or loved ones or know of someone who has passed away from the coronavirus. Some may have just had a general passing, but because of the virus, you weren't able to go and show respects in the form that you're used to and things like that. People have lost jobs and material possessions and so many other components have happened that has sort of put a damper on our view. But in looking at that particular picture, I was reminded that even though it was not what the person initially thought it would be, it still had value in what was inside the can. The component that was there would still provide nourishment to them if they will allow themselves to realize, like, yes, it's not what I initially wanted, but this is still going to satisfy me during this time. And so when I thought of that, a quote came to me, and I want to say that to you guys today. Robert Louis Stevenson said, "Make the most of the best and the least of the worst." And so I said again, make the most of the best and the least of the worst. And I think that this year has taught us even more the significance of that. That yes, there has been a lot of turmoil and loss in this year, but there has been a lot of great things that has happened this year. Families have come back together. People are saying like this is the first time I've cooked like this. I probably cooked this year more than I have in my lifetime, and I'm feeling better. I'm like feeling healthier. And people have lost weight. Some people have even gained weight, and it's been a positive aspect. Like I said, families have come back together. Some relationships have evolved from the result of this. Some people who may have been introverts and really haven't really want to engage in stuff have had an opportunity to become a little bit more extrovert and things of that nature. Our children have learned that there is life beyond the computer. I know that some of them have done the virtual school and things like that, but I think it has changed their view about technology and things like that, that now they're able to do other activities outside of just their iPad and their tablets and all these other game components that we provide for them that they love, but it also takes away from their imagination. And so they've had a chance to regroup and connect again and to find what is important as it relates to their childhood. I mean, and as we talked about, some people have lost jobs. There have been some who have gained employment. New businesses have been established. So many great things have happened during this year, but if we're not careful, We will do like many will do when they see that can. They get upset about the fact that it's not the vegetable that I want. And then some people may even throw it away. They won't even use it. They'll say like, man, it's not what I want. It's not what I desire. So what's the point of even trying to use it? But we have to do like Stevenson said. We have to make the most of those things that are best. Those great things that have happened and opportunities that came about our way this year. We have to make the most of them and look at the fact that yes, it may not be what I expected it to be, but guess what? It still can do wondrous things if I allow it. So I just wanted to encourage you guys to look at the remainder of this year and even entering into next year with great expectations of what is to come. One of the other benefits that I didn't mention that I desire to mention is that even the aspect of the gospel has been taught differently, which has reached so many more people in a grander scheme or scan, if you will, than it has been in many years to come. I think that it caused a lot of pastors and schools and processes and people who are in that arena to begin to assess how they're reaching out to God's people. And that is huge because we were missing a demographic on a larger scale. But now that this whole pandemic has came about, people are thinking outside of the box for once in their lives, and that is huge. We can't, even as things begin to shift back to what we may have been used to in the past, things are not going to function like they used to anymore. You know, people's minds have been open and processes have been carried out, and now we have to advance forward in that. So I just want to encourage you guys to not allow something that may appear as if it is not exactly what you desire and want it. Don't flush it down the drain and be like, you know what, this isn't even going to measure out to anything. Look at it, examine it, see how it is going to function in your life now, and it may even change how you see yourself in the world at large. So don't allow that disappointment to prevent you from seeing the opportunity that's before you. Allow it to expand your horizon and to catapult you further into the person that you are meant to be, and to allow you to issue your different gifts and talents and treasures in a way that you never had imagined, but yet it's going to be most effective in this manner that you're doing now. So remember that quote, make the most of the best and the least of the worst. And if you do that, I guarantee you that you will have a new concept about life and about how you even see other people and opportunities going forward. All right, so I hope you guys, I don't know if I'll do another video before Christmas, so I hope you have a very Merry Christmas in which you can connect with your family through Zoom and all those different components, and just celebrate the opportunity of being alive and well, because many cannot. And so that within itself is even a chance for you to see the best things and not necessarily the worst things that has happened in this year. I look forward to talking to you guys soon. Hopefully I'll do so before the new year, and then we'll be able to look at what's coming about, you know. So thank you again for tuning in with Life Enchanted and your girl Takela Swain, dropping those nuggets of wisdom along the way. And as I always say, share, like, subscribe, and share. But if you want to do one of those three things, I ask that you would share, because someone could indeed grow from the nuggets of wisdom that we are sharing here today. All right? I hope you guys have a great one, and I'll be talking to you soon.